Welcome back to Flex Yoga. My name is Daphna. Today we are back with a deep backbending class. So everything that we are working towards today or working on today will be really supportive in really any deep backbend that you want to explore at the end of class. Today in particular, we will be exploring King Cobra. For this class, you are certainly going to need 2 blocks and some kind of strap. Right now, I'm actually using like a robe strap because the strap that I typically use is not long enough. You want to make sure that it is long. Most yoga straps are pretty long. I'm not sure why mine is so short. But I kind of tied a little knot around itself because I want you to have a loop ready. That loop is going to go around your foot. So you can make the loop as big or as small as you need it to be. But before we go ahead and get started, pause the video, get all of your props, make sure that you set them up next to you so that we can go ahead and get started. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. We're grabbing our blocks and we are placing them in a T shape. So the one all the way at the back, they're going to be behind you. So just now kind of you got to decide what is going to be the front and what is going to be the back of your mat. So at the back of your mat, you're placing your 2 blocks. One is horizontal on its second level, and the other block is going to be vertical at its first level. Now I want the bottom edge of the block to touch to right in the middle of the spine, and I want the top of that bottom block to come kind of right between your shoulder blades. So just set yourself up in a comfy way on that bottom block. And then the top block is there to support your head. So you can readjust that as much as you need to create support. And then we'll bring the soles of the feet at about mat's distance. Pigeon toe the toes in and bring your arms into a goal post shape. So the elbows are bent in the line of the shoulders. Think of like cactus arms here. You can go ahead and close down the eyes here. We'll start with a big breath in from the nose. Big breath out through the mouth. Big breath in from the nose. Big sigh out through the mouth. And again, a nice big breath in. Big sigh out. Seal off the lips and start to breathe in and out through the nose. Start to notice that little bit of pressure in the center of the spine where the block is pressing. And just allow that little bit of pressure to encourage the rib cage to sort of flare here, creating a little bit more room in the lungs for every inhale. Allow the lungs to swell. But drawing the attention up into the little bit of pressure against your shoulder blades that the top of the block has. Notice how the shape of the arms encourages the shoulder blades to slide down the back and kind of come one towards the other, allowing the front of the chest to really expand with every in-breath and soften with every out-breath. The heart is open here, the arms are expanded. They say that the arms are an extension of the heart. And so in this moment, start to draw in through the palms of the hands the intention that you want to set for your practice. Maybe an intention of love, an intention of compassion, possibly an intention of presence. We'll take an inhale as we stretch the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Exhale, collect the palms together and bring the thumbs to the third eye. Allow yourself to settle into the intention that you set for your practice.
We'll take an inhale as we extend the arms back up towards the ceiling, disconnect between the palms of the hands. Cross the elbows, grab opposite elbows, right arm comes in front of the left. We'll take an inhale to lift the shoulder blades up and off the ground. Exhale, reach the elbows back behind the head and behind that block. If you don't reach the ground behind the block, that's really okay. Just pause where you can continue to breathe and at the point where you can continue to sustain. We'll take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Another deep breath in. Feel that flaring of the ribs and feel the opening in the shoulders. With your next inhale, you'll unravel the arms as you reach them all the way back up towards the ceiling. Exhale, grab opposite elbows, left arm in front of the right. We'll inhale to lift the shoulders up and out of place. Exhale, reach the arms back behind that back block, the block underneath your head, and allow the arms to pause in a spot that you can continue to breathe without pushing or shoving them towards the ground. We'll take a deep breath in, deep breath out, another deep breath in, and a deep breath out. With your next inhale, you'll lift the arms back up or reach them up towards the ceiling as you uncross the elbows. Release the arms down along the sides of the waist. Slowly start to heel toe the feet together and drop them over to the right side so that you can begin to roll off of your blocks and then slowly make your way into a comfortable seat. I want to go ahead and set the blocks up at the front of the mat, just so that we have them in case we need them. Coming into Sukhasana, easy seat, cross the right ankle in front of the left ankle, keeping the feet flexed and each foot underneath the opposite knee. We'll take a deep breath in, stretch the arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, side stretch, left hand down, reach the right fingers over to the left. Gaze underneath that right arm as you take a deep breath in. Stay for the exhale, maybe reach the fingers a little further over. Another inhale here. Exhale, slowly fold over the left thigh and reach the right fingers in diagonal from the left knee. The left hand follows. Folding over the left thigh, feeling a really nice stretch in that right glute, and maybe even in the right lower back. We'll take a big breath in. Big breath out. Allow yourself to soften towards that left leg. Inhale, left hand walks over to the line of the left hip. Reach the right arm up. And exhale, twist. The right hand will come behind you. Left hand crosses over the right knee. Gaze over the right shoulder. We'll take a deep breath in and an exhale to twist. An inhale and an exhale. Slowly with your next inhale, look forward, reach forward, making your way into Navasana. Start to lean back, uncross the ankles as you float the feet and hold here for 3. Lift your chest, roll the shoulder blades down the back, another 2. And let's take a big breath in. Exhale, Sukhasana, easy seat. Left ankle crosses in front of the right. Each foot is flexed and underneath the opposite knee. Inhale, arms reach up high overhead. Exhale, right hand comes down. The left fingers reach over to the right side. We'll take a deep breath in right here. Exhale, maybe gaze underneath that left arm. Inhale. Exhale, fold over the right thigh as you walk the left hand diagonal of the right knee and the right hand follows. We'll take a big breath in and an exhale. An inhale and an exhale. Really nice. With your next in breath, right hand walks back in line with right hip, open through the chest into that side stretch. Exhale, twist. The left hand will swing behind the back and the right hand comes over the left knee. Breathe here as you look over the left shoulder. Let's inhale and exhale. Another inhale
And exhale. Inhale, unravel, reach the arms all the way up through center. Exhale, Navasana, boat pose. Start to lean back, reach forward, uncross the ankles as you float the feet, and hold for 3. Lift the heart up a little higher. Breathe for 2. Really nice. And let's take a big breath in. Exhale, cross the ankles, tabletop position, hands under the shoulders, the knees under the hips. You can roll over those ankles or just swing your legs through one side. Inhale for cat-cow, belly drops, tail lifts, gaze lifts. Exhale, cat, round the spine, push the ground away. Inhale, belly drops, tail lifts, gaze lifts. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, belly drops, tail lifts, gaze lifts. Exhale, round into the spine. With your next inhale, belly drops, tail lifts, gaze lifts. Ashtanga Namaskar, 8-point pose. Start to lean your chest forward, shoulders surpass the wrists, and slowly bend the elbows to rest your chest and your chin on the ground. Notice that the elbows are not resting on the ground. Often I find students will do something like this when I start to instruct them to come into Ashtanga Namaskar. Try to avoid coming down to your forearms and instead come down to your chest and your chin. Really allow your sits bones to lengthen up towards the ceiling. Keep the elbows lifted from the ground. With your next inhale, slither forward and through Cobra pose. Exhale, come all the way back down. Rest your forehead onto the ground. Good. Walk your hands underneath your shoulders. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, lift up for that Cobra pose. Inhale, come all the way back down. And exhale for that Cobra pose. Hold. Float your hands off the ground for 3. Roll the shoulder blades back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together for 2. Press into the backs of the feet. Inhale. Exhale, lower yourself down. Press yourself back into a child's pose. Soften the hips towards the heels and the forehead down towards the ground. Take a deep breath in. And a big breath out. Inhale, slowly make your way into a downward facing dog. Tuck all 10 toes under and set your body up. Start to pedal out between the legs here, making some room in the back body. Really good. Maybe sway your hips gently from side to side. Beautiful job. With your next inhale, 3-leg dog, right leg rises, reaches up to the ceiling. Exhale, bend into the knee and open into the hip. Let's squeeze that right heel towards the glute and then extend the knee up towards the ceiling. Press into your hands. Inhale. Exhale, round curl, right knee to nose. Step the right foot between your hands. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. The back knee rests, the back toes untuck. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Hug the inner thighs together. Palms of the hands touch. Tilt your chest upwards. Inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows, thumbs to the nape of your neck. Hug the inner thighs together. Inhale. Exhale, hips forward, heart lifts, and send the elbows back. Inhale, hips forward. Exhale, heart lifts, elbows back. Inhale, hips forward, inner thighs together. Exhale, heart lifts, elbows back. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, lower your hands, tuck your back toes, step your left foot forward and fold. Inhale, all the way up to standing, stretch up, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, chair pose, sit low, reach high. Exhale, keep knees bent, fold over them and reach back with your arms. Inhale, knees bent, reach high, chair pose. Exhale, knees bent, fold over thighs, reach arms back. Inhale, chair pose, sit low, reach high. Exhale, knees bent, reach back.
Good. Keep the knees deeply bent. Tilt your gaze forward and your chest forward. Try to keep belly and thighs connected and start to spin the palms of your hands to look out to the sides. Breathe here for 3. Sit low, squeeze inner thighs together for 2. Really lift your chest like you would in Cobra. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward, interlace your fingers and pull the arms away from the back. We'll breathe here for just another 2. Really good. Let's take another deep breath in. Stay for the exhale. Good. Lower your hands to the lower back. You'll keep the left hand at the lower back and lower the right hand down to the ground. If the ground feels really far away from you, you're always welcome to set up a block underneath that right hand. Nice deep bend in the right knee. Inhale, extend the left leg, left arm reaches up for a twist. Look to the left thumb. Let's take a big breath in. And an exhale, pull the left hip away from the left shoulder. Really tilt your gaze up to the ceiling. Another big breath in. Exhale, lower the left hand, straighten into the right leg, kick the left leg back in the air. Inhale. Exhale, set that left foot as far back as you can, warrior 1. Inhale, stretch the arms up high to the ceiling. Exhale, cactus into the arms. Inhale, sweep and reach the arms out. Exhale, cactus and drag the elbows back. Inhale, sweep and reach the arms forward. Exhale, cactus and drag the arms back. Inhale, reach and sweep the arms forward. Exhale, cactus and drag the arms back. Inhale, tilt the chest up high. Exhale, interlock the fingers behind the back. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, humble warrior, fold inside of the right thigh. Look to the back foot and breathe for 3. And breathe for 2. Try to square your hips off with the front of the house, with the front of the mat. And we'll take another big breath in. Exhale, punch the fists back, lift back up through warrior 1. Inhale, reach the arms up high. Exhale, lower your hands, frame the right foot and step that right foot back. High plank, hold, inhale. Exhale, lower to the right forearm. Forearm side plank on the right side. Drop the heels to the right. Lift the left hand up. Try to gaze to the left thumb and hold here. Another 2. Cinch the right side waist. Press down with the right forearm. And another inhale. Exhale, left forearm down. Forearm plank. Keep both forearms on the ground. Take a big breath in. Exhale, slowly lower your hips to the mat. Beautiful. Square the left elbow with the front of the mat. So you'll bring the left hand behind the right elbow. Bend into the right knee, coming into a half bow here. Reach back with the right hand. Grab either for the outer edge or for the inner edge of that right foot. Notice, if you look at my arm really quickly, if you did reach back for the inner edge of that right foot, then reach back like you're opening the arm, welcoming somebody into your home, okay? I often see people doing this, like they're internally rotating arm or the shoulder and trying to grab for the inside of the foot. Don't complicate it for yourself. Don't complicate it for your shoulder. Open the arm like you're opening the door for somebody, like you're letting somebody in, and grab the inner foot. Square your chest off with the front of the mat. Let's take a big breath in. Exhale, kick the foot into the hand. Option to stay here if you want more. Lift the left foot, and if you want even more, reach the left arm forward and hold for 3. Kick, kick, kick. For 2, kick, kick, kick. For 1, kick, and release. Left arm if you lifted, left leg if you lifted, or right leg and right hand. Square the forearms with the front of the room for sphinx. Inhale, pull the chest forward, active through the legs. Exhale, round, chin to chest. Inhale, elbows pull back as your heart lifts forward, active through the legs. Exhale, round, pull it all in. And again, inhale, elbows pull back as your heart lifts. Float your elbows a centimeter off the mat. Keep the chest lifted. Keep the gaze lifted. Hold for 3. Another 2. One more inhale. And exhale, lower your forearms. And then lower your chest. Hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck all 10 toes under. Inhale. Exhale, push up, plank, and downward facing dog. Let's take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale, reach your left leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, bend into the knee, squeeze the heel into the glute, and lift that left knee up as high as you can. Let's press into the palms of the hands. We'll take a nice big breath in, nice big breath out. Another inhale right here. And exhale, round and curl that left knee into your nose. Step the left foot between your hands. Bhujangasana, lower back knee, untuck back toes. Inhale, stretch the arms all the way up and overhead. Palms come to touch. Hug the inner thighs together, bend the elbows, thumbs to the nape of your neck. You'll inhale, hug the inner thighs together, press the hips forward. Exhale, heart lifts, elbows slide back. Inhale, inner thighs together, hips pull forward. Exhale, heart lifts, tilt the elbows back. Inhale, hips forward. Exhale, heart lifts, elbows back. Inhale, reach the fingertips up high. Exhale, lower your hands, tuck back toes, step forward, and fold. Inhale, stand all the way up, stretch up or reach up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, chair pose, sit low, reach the arms all the way up high. Exhale, come to your tippy toes, that same thing we did before, but now on the tippy toes, reach back with your hands. Inhale, heels lower, arms lift. Exhale, heels lift, arms back. Inhale, heels lower, arms lift. Exhale, heels up, arms back. And one more time, inhale, heels lower, arms lift. Exhale, heels lift, arms back, and hold here. Start to turn the palms out, belly to thighs, chest lifts. Hold for 3, for 2. One more inhale. Exhale, heels down, clasp the palms behind you, pull the arms away from the body, and breathe here into this forward fold. Another 2. And we'll take another big breath in. Inhale, lower your hands down to the lower back. Find a bend into the left knee. Left hand comes down to the ground or to a block underneath your chest. And then you'll inhale, twist, open the right arm up to the ceiling. And we'll breathe here for 3. Right hip pulls back. Crown of the head extends forward. Another 2. Good, and let's take another big breath. Exhale, slowly lower that right hand, extend into the left leg as you extend the right leg back. We'll take a big breath in here. Exhale, nice deep bend in the left knee as you step the right foot as far back as you can. Warrior 1, stretch the arms all the way up to the ceiling, inhale. Exhale, cactus into the arms. Inhale, sweep and reach the arms forward. Exhale, cactus as you drag the arms back. Inhale, sweep and reach the arms forward. Exhale, cactus as you drag it back. Inhale, sweep and reach the arms forward. Exhale, cactus, drag it back. Inhale, tilt the chest up. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind you. Inhale, pull the fist down. Exhale, humble warrior. Fold inside of the left thigh. Look to the right foot behind you and breathe for 3. Breathe for 2. Square your hips with the front of the mat. Another big breath. Exhale, punch the fists back. Inhale, up into warrior 1. Exhale, lower your hands to frame left foot. Step it back for your high plank. Inhale here. Exhale, left forearm to the ground. Drop your heels to the left. Inhale, side plank as you reach the right arm up for 3. Cinch the left waist for 2. Maybe look up to the right thumb if you haven't already. Inhale. Exhale. Right forearm down, forearm plank on both forearms. Let's take a big breath in. And exhale. Lower the hips to the mat. We'll take an inhale right here as you kind of peel your chest forward. Exhale, right arm comes behind the left, or the right hand rather, comes behind that left. Bend the left knee, reach back for the inner or outer edge of the left foot. Square the chest with the front of the mat. Let's take a big breath in. Exhale, kick the left foot. You can add on by lifting right foot and by lifting right arm. Hold for 3. Kick, kick, kick. Hold for 2. Kick, kick, kick. Hold for 1. Kick, kick. Lower right foot, right hand, and then release. Left hand, left foot. Square both forearms together. Align them in an 11. Inhale. Sphinx pose, glutes active, heart pulls forward, elbows pull back. Exhale, round, chin to chest. Inhale, elbows back, heart forward. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, elbows back, heart forward. Exhale, seal pose. Hands press into the mat as you extend into the arms. Now, walk your hands 1 step back and pull your chest forward. Slide the shoulder blades down the back. Allow the gaze to lift and hold. Another 2. 1 more big breath in. And exhale, slowly come down and press yourself back into a child's pose. Allow the knees to either be together or apart, whatever feels better for you. And maybe reach your arms forward or back, whatever feels better. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Inhale through the nose. Inside out if you feel like you need to. Inhale. And exhale. Another inhale. And exhale. Let's make our way into downward facing dog. Really good. You'll take a deep breath in, reach the right leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Let's take a big breath in right here. Exhale, round and curl that knee to your nose and step the right foot between your hands. High crescent lunge. Inhale, arms stretch up. Exhale, palms of the hands together, bend the elbows. The same thing you did in your low lunge. Inhale, pull the inner thighs together, hips forward, heart lifts. Breathe here, another 2. And let's take another deep breath in. Exhale, arrowhead lunge. Reach the fingertips forward. This is just a transition for warrior 3. See if you could float the left foot off the mat and hold for 3. 2, 1. Left knee in. Step left foot along right. Chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, hands to Anjali Mudra. Twist, left elbow over right thigh. Open through the chest. Good. Let's take a big breath. And I want to challenge you to see if you can float the left foot and keep it hovering off of the ground as you step back into a twisted lunge. So stay in the twist. The left elbow stays hooked over the right thigh. And then you'll pull the left heel in, see if you can float it in the air for a moment, and then set it down. Yes, let's take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Good, maybe tilt your gaze up. Let's take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Inhale, warrior two. Unravel the whole entire body. Stay for the exhale. Good, inhale here. Exhale, side squat, skandasana. So bend into the left knee as you extend into the right. If this is as low as you can go, stay here. If you can come down lower, do it. If you can come all the way down to skandasana, go for it. And we'll hold here for 3. Really nice. Keep your chest lifted for 2. Keep the right leg active. And let's take another big breath in. Exhale back into that warrior two. Beautiful job. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, windmill the hands to frame the right foot and send it back. High plank, hold, inhale. Exhale, lower down to the belly. Really good. You may be wondering, why did I grab a strap? And this moment is why. So I'm just gonna demonstrate one time and then we'll do it together. I want you to see kind of where we are taking this. You're gonna use that little loop it around your right foot. You want it to be pretty tight on the foot. I don't want the loop to escape your foot and kind of climb up onto your leg. Now you're gonna keep that right knee bent the whole time until we start to actually come into it. From here, lay down on your belly and you're extending the arms all the way forward, holding onto the strap with both hands. The closer your hands are to the foot, the more intense that this is gonna feel. The further towards the end of the strap, the more room you're gonna have. I suggest, we're exploring this twice for each side, I suggest you starting a little further away, seeing where you're at, seeing how it feels, and then maybe exploring walking your hands a little further. So for the sake of this first demonstration, I'm starting off relatively further. Forehead is on the ground. That left leg is staying active. My right glute, my right leg is also active here. I'm squeezing into it. I'm taking a deep breath in. Exhale, kick the right foot back, hold on to the strap, extend your arms and point those toes. Try to lift your chest. You'll hold here. And then to get out, you're going to bend back into the knee so that you can lower your chest. I want you to imagine that literally you're kind of just hanging on to this strap with your arms and you're allowing the kick of the foot to really open up into your chest. When I've taught this to students in person, what I find people doing is not really using the strength of their leg as much, and they start to try to kind of like lift from their upper back. This is meant to open up very much so into your shoulders, and just the act of keeping your arms extended is enough effort here. I really want the effort to come from the kicking of your foot, okay? So let's all come into it together. Lay on your belly. That left leg stays active and on the ground. And you're gonna hold the strap with both arms. Keep that right knee bent. Let's take a big breath in. Squeeze into the tush. Exhale, kick back with the right foot. Hold here. If the right foot comes to the ground, allow it to meet with the left and squeeze the heels together. If the right foot is still in the air, keep it there and really try to extend into the leg and breathe here for 3, 2, try to extend the arms, look forward. 1, bend the knee to lower. Really, really beautiful. Let's take a big breath in. Big breath out. A big breath in. Big breath out. Good. If you felt like you have a little bit more ways to go, then maybe walk your hands up on the strap a little bit to allow a little more of a stretch. You'll take a big breath in. Glutes are active. Left leg is active. Exhale, kick back. And breathe for 3, for 2, One more inhale. Exhale, bend the knee to come all the way out. And release your forehead down. Really good. Set the strap aside, unlock it from your foot, and let's press ourselves back into a child's pose. Knees together, arms reach back, forehead to the ground. Allow your shoulders to splay to the sides. Let's all take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Another deep breath in. Deep breath out. Really nice. Arms reach forward and making our way into a downward facing dog. Tuck all 10 toes under. Send your hips up to the ceiling. Let's take a deep breath here. And an exhale. Inhale, reach your left leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, bend the knee and open into the hip. You'll take a deep breath in here. Exhale, round and curl. Step the foot between your hands. High crescent lunge. Reach the arms up high, palms together. Exhale, bend the elbows, thumbs to the nape of your neck. Inhale, lift the chest, hips forward. Exhale, elbows back. Inhale, hips forward. Exhale, heart lifts, elbows back. Inhale, arrowhead lunge. Reach forward as a transition. Roll onto the right tippy toes. Warrior 3, float or hop the foot off the ground. Hold for 3. For 2. And 1. Bend that right knee towards the left. Set the foot down. Chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, hands to your chest. Good. Twist to the left. Right elbow hooks over the left thigh. We'll take a deep breath in. Try to square your hips. Look down for balance and see if you can float the right foot up and back as you make your way into that twisted lunge. Stay in the twist the whole time and hold for 3. Another 2. Maybe look up here, push down with the left hand, another inhale. Exhale, warrior 2. Beautiful. Let's take a deep breath in that warrior 2. Stay for the exhale. Inhale here. Exhale, skandasana or side squat on the right knee. Come down as low as is available to you. So maybe staying lifted is the most accessible. Stay where it feels sustainable for you. Maybe a little lower and maybe all the way down into skandasana. Keep the chest lifted for 3. Keep that left leg active for 2. Keep that right knee pushing out. 1 more inhale. Exhale back into your warrior 2. And windmill your hands down. Frame the left foot. Inhale. Exhale, step it back to high plank. Let's take a big breath here. Exhale, come all the way down to the belly. Really good. And to the other side. After this, we'll take a little break and we'll start to explore that King Cobra. Grab the strap, loop that little loop around your left foot. Again, we want it to be really tight around the foot so that it stays on the foot. We're starting a little bit further this time, since this is the first time on the left side. And you're coming all the way down to your belly. Remember that left knee stays bent. Arms extend all the way forward. We'll take a big breath in here. Glutes active, everything active. Exhale, kick left foot. Lift your chest. Breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knee to come all the way down. Forehead to the ground. Let's take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Another deep breath in. Deep breath out. Walk your hands a little further back. And we'll take a deep breath in right here. Activate through the glutes. Good. Nice big inhale if you haven't already. Exhale, kick back. Extend the arms. Breathe for 3, for 2, One more inhale. And exhale, bend the knee to come all the way down. Really, really nice. Set that strap aside. We will no longer be needing it. Hands under your shoulders, press back into a child's pose or an embryo pose rather. The knees are together, the forehead to the ground. Allow your arms to reach back towards your ankles and the shoulders to splay here. Let's take a deep breath in. And big breath out. A deep breath in. Deep breath out. Really, really good. Excellent. So we are coming up into a seat on our shins. For King Cobra, we want to take all of that spinal opening that we just did in all of these kind of like locust lifts with the strap and really use the pushing down of our hands as well as the strength of our glutes. So when you, in that three-legged dog, when you kind of open the hip and you squeeze the heel into the glute, that's the same sensation that I want you to have here, to really squeeze, 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 heel to glute and foot to head as much as you can as you try to reach back with your head. We're gonna give it 2 tries. Really allow yourself to kind of breathe into it, okay? So let's start on our belly. Really good. Hands want to start alongside the rib cage. You'll take a deep breath in. Start with the crown of the head. Exhale. Lift, lift, lift. Inhale here. Exhale, bend the right knee. Breathe, heel to head, head to heel. Another 2, another 1, and slowly, slowly release. Arms down along the waist, left cheek to the mat. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Really good. Hands along the chest, forehead faces down. Let's take a deep breath in. Legs and glutes are active. Exhale. Lift, lift, lift. Bend the left knee. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze for 3. Head back, heel in. For 2, head back, heel in. For 1, exhale, release. Release it down. Arms down along the waist, right cheek down. We'll take a deep breath in and deep breath out. Another inhale and another exhale. Really nice. Awesome. For our final try. So before I mentioned we're going to give it 2 tries. That was 2 kind of prep tries. I should have prefaced it. 1 final try in our full King Cobra. Let's bring our hands to the line of the hip, between the last rib and your hips, okay? You do want your hands pretty far back here to help to support that really, really, really lifted chest. Forehead down. Legs are active. Inhale here. Exhale, lift. Head, 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 head. Bend both knees. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Breathe for 3, for 2, and 1. Gently unravel and press back. Child's pose. Or embryo pose. I'm actually going to take embryo, squeezing the knees together, reaching the arms back, and resting the forehead on the ground. Let's take a big breath in, big breath out. Another inhale, and exhale. Really nice. Slowly with your next inhale, roll yourself back up into a seat. Slide your hips over to one side and extend the legs out in front of you. Let's flex into the feet. Inhale, reach the arms up high, forward fold over your legs. Feeling a really nice release in those hamstrings. I'm sure you are. I know I am. And just allow the whole entire spine some gentle relief here. We'll take another 2. And let's take another big breath in. With your next inhale, roll yourself back up into a seat. Place the palms of the hands behind you, fingers slightly face out. Bend the knees for reverse tabletop. Let's inhale. Exhale, squeeze the glutes, lift the hips, look forward, up or back. Really nice. Let's take a deep breath here. Exhale, look forward and lower the hips. Beautiful. Reach your arms forward as you inhale. Exhale, lower down, nice and slow. Coming into reclined pigeon, cross the right ankle over the left thigh, thread right hand through that little window between the legs, interlace your fingers either behind the left thigh or over the left shin, and we'll breathe here for 3. With every exhale, try to pull that left knee closer to the body for 2. Allowing the right knee to slightly pull away. And let's take another inhale and an exhale. And gently release the hold of the left leg. Cross the right knee over the left and you'll drop the knees over to the left side. Look over that right shoulder and your spinal twist for just another 2. And let's take a deep breath in. Good. With your next inhale, we'll unravel, bring the knees back through center. Let's take a happy baby between sides. Reach for the outer edges of the feet. Kick the feet to look up towards the ceiling and find a gentle rock from side to side. Really good. Settling the heels towards the glute, right foot down on the ground, cross the left ankle over the right thigh, and reach your hands to grab either behind the right thigh or over the right shin, and breathe in your reclined pigeon for another 3. With every exhale, try to apply a little bit more pressure on the right knee, pulling it in a little bit closer. With every exhale, allow that left thigh to gently pull away. Another 2. And let's take a deep breath in. And slowly as you exhale, release the hold of that right shin, or right leg rather. Cross the left knee over the right and drop the knees over to the right side. And reach the gaze, the left arm over to the left. And we'll breathe here. Allow the spine to kind of release itself, relieve itself. Another deep breath in, another deep breath out. Slowly with the next inhale, we'll bring ourselves back in through center and hug the knees in just one final time, maybe finding a little rock from side to side. We'll take a big breath in. And an exhale to release the legs all the way down for shavasana. Allow the hands to rest wherever it feels best for you, wherever you feel the most restful. Take a big breath in through the nose. Enjoy a nice sigh out. A deep breath in. Big sigh out. And again, another big breath in. Big Feel the spine realign and feel the expansion of the arms pull in all of that love, all of that compassion, and all of the intention that you set for your practice. Allow yourself to feel the support of your breath and of your body. As you would give yourself permission to find stillness and softness. Let's take another deep breath in. And deep breath out. Slowly start to wiggle the fingers and the toes, maybe finding a nice stretch here. And bend your knees and roll over to one side into a fetal position, allowing yourself to transition from your final resting pose and the rest of your day. When you feel like you're ready, meet yourself in a comfy seated position, collecting the hands together at your heart. We'll take an inhale here and a sigh out. Inhale the thumbs to your third eye, recognizing mind, intellect, intuition. Exhale, bow the chin to the chest, recognizing light, life, and love within.
Thank you so much for taking the time to move your body today and to just explore a different depth in your practice. But mostly, thank you so much for allowing me to guide you in that. I really hope that you enjoyed this deep, spine strengthening, back bending, King Cobra flow. If you found it helpful, then please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and maybe even share with a friend or a loved one. Thanks again, and I will see you next time.